Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makara. Let's get started today. Today we're talking all about reality creation. And this mindset has really helped me over the many years where I've been practicing this. And I teach this to a lot of people. The mindset is this: the universe doesn't like to just give you handouts, okay? So if you're suffering, it's not gonna, tag team and suddenly just come in, and it wants to create with you, with the energy and the frequency that you're creating. So it wants to co-create with you. So similarly, if you think I'm helping others through doing things for them or trying to impose my will, instead, if you think in this mindset of collaboration and contribution and co-creation rather than helping, you will start to notice that there is expressive and receptive communication taking place. It's not always that you are going to help. Yeah, there's helping and then there's service, right? Two different things. You want to start to understand how to really dictate your reality to what it means to you, okay? Because you are the choice point. You are the sovereign one who gets to decide what everything means to you, correct? So you might get triggered by something that you watch on the news, like election fraud or, some war that's happening. And you can let that create a negative charge inside of you, and you let that charge sit and grow. Rather than that, you can actually choose to refocus your intention onto creating the newer reality that you truly prefer. From the thought of, wow, this is so unfair, to a thought of, what if this whole ballot process of voting would be fair? How would that work? Right now you're going more towards the solutions. Now you're going more towards getting out of that instant reactive state. At times, the reason why we get angry is because someone crosses our values or boundaries. You got to understand that perhaps they don't understand what your boundary is. Maybe there's a miscommunication or a misunderstanding with two people. Oftentimes there is. We have all of our own projections and things that we bring to the picture, and we're playing this kind of mirror match with other people, right? We're like mirroring each other all the time. All our states that are, internal, other people are feeling them. Your vibes are contagious, right? And so there's certain people who found this video, you resonate with this video, you're at my frequency. You see what I'm saying? Like, you are at this vibration and frequency, so you will be able to receive the messages from that space. If you're not resonating with what I'm telling you right now, you're not at this frequency. It's as simple as that, right? So try to understand that my reality, my rules, I'm gonna dictate what is real and false. And actually it's all false, it's all an illusion. However, I can choose the newer version, the newer reality that I wanna step into, who's the character that I'm gonna be. And I'm always thinking like this. So it's just a forward momentum or a progressive evolution that's taking place. So ultimately, you become the deciding factor. And you don't always have to have others, you don't always have to make your decisions dependent on other people, okay? And to conform to what society tells you. Whenever someone tells you you have to do something, you have to do that, you have to do that, you have to do that. They're stuck in a rigid cycle where they really believe that society has imprinted this thing and it's a norm for them, right? Is it a norm for them, or is it a norm for both of you, right? And when you look at it from this collaboration mindset, and they're like, you have to do this. You tell them, no, I don't have to do it, but I'm gonna choose to do it. I get to do it because other people don't have the opportunity to do it. I do, right? Bringing it back to gratitude. But if you say I have to, it's like this pressure of society and like this push that's creating more force rather than what? Power. This channel, we're all about power versus force. We're not looking at force, right? Because force can only get us so far. It can get the ball rolling. It's the struggle phase. But we have to ultimately raise our consciousness to be able to truly figure out. But then we're going to have to learn how to raise our consciousness to get a greater impact from this. So another mindset that's really powerful that I've been looking at recently is how to perceive lack. How do you perceive lack? I don't perceive it as a conclusion. This too shall pass. Okay? That's the mindset for lack. If you are lacking in something, you better know what you already have, which is gratitude. But if you're lacking in something, that's actually one of the keystones, cornerstones of sin, if you think about it, okay? We're greedy, not enough money. We're lustful, we're not having enough sex, okay? Or we're not satisfied, right? The 7 deadly sins are all manifestations of lack. So the demons that you're fighting against is internal. These are thought forms. So what if I don't lack? I'm just processing something. I'm processing information right now. What if I don't lack, but I'm being initiated into something else? What if I don't lack, but I just transition? I'm just going through a transitional phase right now where things are being set into place and the transformation is actually happening. And this is me creating my new reality. You see what I'm saying? This is real reality manifestation. Like, no one tells you how to do this with your words, but your words create your world. So you got to understand how to speak into your reality. What do you actually want to create? Not on what you don't want. A lot of people talk about what they don't want. You notice that? And they're manifesting constantly what they don't want. Oh man, this thing keeps happening, and yeah, this person said that. Understand that your focus and energy is already being harvested. Why would you want to give that up so easily? It's a privilege for you to have your energy levels and your own essence so clean and protected. But we give it away so easily. So let go of the misalignment, is what I'm telling you. Get back into wholeness again, where things start to integrate. You notice that positive energy and positive beliefs are about integration. Negative beliefs is about separation. Negative beliefs about constriction. Positive beliefs is about expansion. So I'm just showing you the differences. So today I was getting quite gassed out and winded while I was practicing training MMA and wrestling and so forth. I understood what my trainer was telling me, but my mind just wouldn't be able to do it, like in the moment. And maybe it was nerves, maybe I don't know what it was, right? Maybe it was brain fog. But I really started to get in my head, whereas I should have just been doing it robotically and getting it hardwired, you know, in the moment. So the charge that I felt, and this was transmuted. So after the training, I got into Vajrasana, and my trainer was telling me, like, just revise in your mind what were the things we learned today, you know? And when I got into my imagination, everything seemed to click again. I remembered exactly what we went through, and he was naming some of them, and then I started imagining, yeah, we did that, and then we did that, and then we did that. And the step-by-step formation to understand what really went down gave me almost like a relaxation of the actual memory, instead of what? The projected memory in my mind that was happening in those awkward phases or moments. A lot of people struggle with performance, but I think it's a real struggle of presence. Presence, because presence increases performance. Presence increases performance. When you're so present with something, you're going to be better at it. You're going to be better at it, okay? And this is why multitasking is quite a myth, man. It really is, okay? You don't want to divert your energy into other things as you're working on something else, okay? I have become a master at this, and some polyphasic cultures, they really know how to do this, okay? Really well, actually. However, I don't recommend it because it's just extra stuff for the brain. Unless you're like listening to a subliminal while cooking or something. I do that stuff, like it's in the background, and so I might as well make the most use of these frequencies and things like this, right? However, just in general, like if you're doing a task, if you're working on something, it's better to keep that task for that moment instead of having all these other things that you're doing around it. Okay, it's just going to add more stimulus. So if you're adding tons and tons and tons of new stimulus, your brain is going to be racked up. And it's almost, you're going to feel like a mental fatigue from having all this information in your brain. So I love to listen to Revelation of Mind for that. It's a very powerful way to process through all of the information. This is from Subliminal Club, one I use. You see, a lot of people, they'll do something to win. I do something to improve, knowing that winning is just a frequency of that. Okay? So I'm not attached to the actual outcome or the win. So maybe you're fighting to win. Okay? I'm fighting to improve, right? So there's a different frequency associated with that. A lot of the times we do dictate what reality really is. So I'll say something like this to break someone out of a negative cycle, right? I'll be like, hey man, I totally get that, I understand. However, do you give me permission to challenge your mindset right now? Okay, I'll ask for permission to challenge them. And if they say no, I'm right, or whatever, they're in their own ego, but that's fine. I'm not gonna get involved. But if they say yeah, well, have you thought about it from this perspective? I'm just offering an alternative perspective, that's it. And that's my frequency, that's my reality, that's what I'm creating, right? That is something beautiful. It's like an art piece being created right on the spot. And if they're accepting of that and they kind of calm down, I notice that, hey, my words have an effect. I'm affecting my reality like this. A lot of people get very emotional and caught up with these different things, right? So they'll hear one word, okay? Woke Twitter is great at this, right? Even, do you guys know about this? Saying the word spirit animal is a bad thing. Did you guys know that? Yeah, that's what the woke world believes in nowadays. That we can't even use the word spirit animal without an overreaction. I have much love and respect to the Native Americans. So why is saying the word spirit animal only limited to one culture? There's a big difference between appropriating a culture and embodying an expression of cultural inspiration. The moment I make it about others being offended by it, I'm gonna offend others. Because that's the frequency of offense that I'm focusing on. You see what I'm saying? So it's still self-generated. Now, hey, sometimes we can't control what people say or do or mean or whatever, right? That's outside of your control, but you can control how you respond to that. How you can calm down your nervous system. Breathe. And just relax. You don't have to over-explain yourself. You don't always need to have the perfect response or answer. Observe. Nod your head. Be silent. And observe what the moment calls out for. What are you feeling right now that is really true and authentic? You know what, man? I feel like sometimes I can't talk to you. Well, why? Let's explore that, okay? Hey, if you make that about you, right, then you're running in your own storyline and it's gonna go ba 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 ba. But if you're in this collaboration mindset, like let's work together on this, you will notice that you go from a competitive mindset to one where you're creating with another person. And this level of creativity, this duo brainstorm that happens, creates some amazing epiphanies and ideas, right? Where we're all contributing to a similar purpose, to a similar intention that you carry with you. It's your feelings and intentions that are being carried, held, and released. And that charge that you're feeling is going into the quantum, creating this holographic reality that you. So let's reduce the charge and transmute the energetic charge of the emotion. Let's get you back into a core strength, a feeling of wonder, feeling of awe and bliss, by getting back in touch with what is truly real and eternal, and always will be, which is that I am presence. Everything else is an illusion, man. This is all temporary. It's not permanent. It won't be like this forever. But I'm setting the intention for this beautiful story that's gonna unfold in front of my eyes. And I'm the captain of my soul. So I'm gonna sail it in the direction that I most prefer, my reality, my rules. You might have a problem with authority because you have a problem with your inner authority to make decisions and to follow through on those decisions. You get that? So it's another projection thing. Oh, that teacher made fun of you. What if now you are a teacher? You're gonna have a teaching block. You see what I'm saying? You sometimes get these promotional calls and stuff like that, people trying to scam you and like send you random messages and try to sell you on something or whatever. This mentality is not collaborative at all, at all. They're not caring about the other person on the other side of that thing. Dude, where is the personality? Where's the human connection? Like, let's talk a little bit before we jump right into the sale. Right? There's no emotional connection nowadays. Everything just is robotic. Everything is AI. We need that human touch again. That's what is truly going to make us human. We need that human touch, and we need that emotional intelligence. That's how we're going to win over these AI. AI doesn't have emotional intelligence. It's just creating an algorithm based on, like, it can search something up and create this amazing, glorious masterpiece right in front of your eyes. Yeah, I'll agree. It's cool. It's cool. We use it for our light codes and so forth. But I'm not attached to that. As a tech, I'm not going to be the first one that gets Neuralinked. Not that I'm distrusting of any of it, because newer technology, there's always going to be suspicions around it. But what I will say is, listen to your higher wisdom, okay? That voice of intuition. Now, personally, when I experience that, I feel that through my entire body. I feel it like grounded through my feet and all my chakras and going up like this. I feel it. That's the feeling. Now for you, it might be different, okay? Your intuition might respond differently. You might get a tick in your ear or something like this, or some kind of goosebumps, or maybe you're hearing certain frequencies or something like this. That stuff happens now and again, okay? Based on psychic senses, but I want you to really get that you can even use this collaborative mindset with different entities or deities you're communicating with, because honestly, that's what I would want. Imagine you're a being, you're a god, and imagine you're in a separate place and you're being summoned by someone in this world. Wouldn't you want them to have that collaborative mindset with you? Like, I'm ready to create something magnificent with your permission and with your alliance? Rather than what? Hey, come over here. Do this for me. I command you. Like a bossy, tyrannical, effect. Man, there's a reason that tyrants can't rule for a long time, bro. You realize that? Tyrants can't rule for a very, very, very long time. They're gonna fizzle themselves out. Why? Because they're coming from force, not power. Okay? So this is the secret. I hope you learned something from this video today. Give it a thumbs up, share it with a flow me. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Join the Primal Sutra Mystery School, where we teach you this elixir of life, gold, okay? We teach you how to have that I-core flowing through your veins. We teach you how to be majestic and magical and use the technology of altered states of consciousness and trance channeling and flow states in order for you to crush it in your life. I want to see you win by seeing you improve. Let's get it. Upward spiral. May we never be the same again. Let's get it today.